Hello, welcome to episode 33 of How to Play Like a WoW Pro. Today I'm going to be showing you a really good game I had on Malinovka from the south spawn in the Kranvagn. First of all, let me talk a bit about the equipment that I like to use on the Kranvagn and in fast heavies in general that can't run a rammer. My primary loadout is Turbo HP V-Stab with the V-Stab directive. And my other loadout is HP Vents V-Stab. And I just bring the turbo loadout on any map where I want to get to an initial position quickly or where I'll have to rotate around the map at all. And then I'll just bring the Vents loadout on any map where I feel like I'm probably just going to be playing in one position for most of the game. And I don't need to get there quickly. Like Ensk is a good example of a map that I would use this on, or maybe Himmelsdorf. So this matchmaking that I got, I played this game on stream, and when I got this matchmaking, I said right at the start of the battle, this could be a huge game. I just knew it right away because Malinovka for hull down heavies is one of the best maps in the entire game, especially if you have a little bit of gun depression. Something like a Chieftain or a Kron is just extremely good on this map. And what I like to do is just go up on the hill and brawl. It's really just as simple as that. But I always try to take a good path. I usually try to cut across a little bit. I don't take this pussy path all the way through here. You want to cut across here, in my opinion, because you usually don't take a shot at all, and a lot of the time you don't even get lit. And it also allows you to shoot any light tank that gets spotted in this area here, like down here. And that's exactly what happens. Their 1390 gets lit. Now I have heat loaded, so these aren't the easiest of shots, but I decided to go for them anyways. If you pay attention, that shot actually hit. My shell disappeared, but unfortunately that shot bounces. Don't ask me how, it just bounces. I didn't damage his gun or anything. I checked the post-game stats, there's nothing on there about me hitting him, so it just bounced off. Now if this were a tier 10 game, then I'd probably be a little bit careful right now about taking the hill all by myself. Basically all by myself. I have like one or two teammates behind me, but that's about it. But since I'm top tier, I feel like I can get away with it, and I can just hold there for a long time. I go for a track shot here. I actually aimed for that, and I actually hit it, which is really nice because it means I get another shot. Now, it is okay to go for these shots as you go up the hill, but just try not to get too distracted because the longer you delay, the worse it kind of is, because you don't get early shots on them crossing to the windmill if you delay too long. Now I see I have a shot on this guy. I'm pretty sure this hits, which is pretty lucky. I wasn't sure whether to reload here or not, but I decided not to. And it works out for me because I see their PTA. And I just aim carefully and that one hits. And it looks like that one did too. But as you'll see in the post-game stats, I don't think that did hit. Or at least one of these shots didn't hit. Which really sucks because this could have been a 12k game if all of my blind shots had hit and penetrated. They just didn't, so. Okay, yeah, you saw him on full HP, so I missed that shot on that guy, unfortunately. But I find a paid actor low here. And pay attention closely to where I aim here. I aim for his turret, for like the base of his turret. I aim for his turret ring basically, because I didn't really have a better shot. And it actually pens, which is nice. So we're already up to like 3,000 damage or so. They do have two RDs and both of them are fast firing, which is pretty annoying, but there's not much I can really do about that. I feel like I have to... I can afford to get spotted. If I take some damage from RD, it's probably worth it. But now that I'm reloading, I don't really want to be spotted because the RDs will keep shooting me. One thing about this tank is it only has 300 penetration, which is really bad. That was a bad shot there, but it was a hard pen anyways. So when you're facing something like an E100, it's actually very hard to pen its turret. Now here I'm thinking about going down beneath these guys, but you have to be very careful doing this play because even though you get good side shots on them, if they just decide to turn around and push over onto you, then you're kind of screwed. But their PTA gets lit, so I don't actually have to push down yet, thankfully. And I get the kill on him. I'm already up to 5k damage. But now I do decide to push down. You should never do this if you don't have topside presence. You have to win topside if you ever want to play in this low ground here. Otherwise, this low ground is completely useless, and just never go here in the beginning. You should only do this when you've already won the topside. That was a bad shot. Also a little bit unlucky, but both of their arties fired at me, which is really annoying because they have shots on all of these people here, but they just chose to shoot me. I just kind of tried to back off here just to get them to turn their turrets over to my teammates because I know if they're facing me, there's no way I'm gonna pen them. And I somehow penned both of these shots. I don't know the exact weak spot that I'm hitting there, but apparently that angle is a weak spot. I expected to bounce both of those shots, to be honest. And now I'm kind of expecting them to repush because if you look at the map, our T95 and our Patriot died. So it's only the T10 up here. So I know that they're probably going to repush me because both of my teammates died who were supporting me. So I have to get out of here. And I think this was probably the best play that I made this game because this almost definitely saved me from dying. Or at least taking a lot of damage. Now here I'm just going hull down on this guy, making my shot count, make sure it pens. And I get a full clip for free, which is great. And now I'm trying to dodge the arty. Now it's going to be really hard to deal with this E100. Basically what I have to do to kill this E100 is bait him into pushing too far up so that I can get lower plate shots. Or I need him to be distracted so I can shoot the side of his turret. I can't pen his turret, it's basically impossible frontally. I'm thinking I might have a shot on this guy, but I never end up finding it. I just keep looking for it. I expect him to push forward on this AMBT, but he's just not doing anything. And it was also at this point where I knew that this could be a very, very good game. Because the game is very close, which is surprising. Usually when you do 7,000 damage, you're going to start winning the game. But in this case, I've done 7,000 damage and we're still kind of losing, at least HP-wise. Here I go for one shot, but then I realized that I'm kind of low on heat shells, so I want to be a bit careful about shooting. That was a kind of lucky snap, and unfortunately I missed the second shot. And here's what my plan was for the E100. I know I can't beat him if he's just playing hull down on me, so what I need to do is try to get him in the open, and then I'll just peek once he's in the open and I have shots on his lower plate. But I'm not going to poke unless he's giving me his lower plate. And I don't want to get spotted here because he might assume that I have moved or something. And so I'm not going to be peeking him as long as he's still lit. But I'm still watching him. I'm not poking yet because I have no chance to pen him, so poking him would just make him back off and get scared. I'm waiting until I have an opportunity, and I see he turns his turret, and this is a perfect opportunity for me. He makes a mistake, and I kill him. Now I'm up to 8k damage. They still have 2 arties, so I have to wait until I get delit. And my plan right now is to push up on this Patriot, get to this corner unspotted, and then poke on him and then put 3 shells into him. I'm hoping that he hasn't backed off yet. But as you'll see in a second, he actually did run, which kind of sucks for me. And I get really greedy here and I really want to hit him, but unfortunately I can't. And this here was a pretty bad shot. I didn't give nearly enough lead. And there I saw a tree fall right back here, so I know that the Foch B or the bat shed is back there. And these arties are just very annoying, to be honest. It really sucks because if this game had just gone a little bit differently, this easily could have been 12k damage or even more than that, like 12.5k. Like if this Patriot didn't run away and he was just sitting in the open, like right over here, I could have just overpoked on him and put 3 shells into him. So that kind of sucks, but here are our light tank YOLOs. And I decided to focus the bat chat first. Now why do I do that? I shoot the bat chat because the bat chat is the bigger threat. If we can kill the bat chat, then this guy shouldn't be a problem to take on by myself. But the bat chat, he can outspot me easily. And there I get super unlucky, I feel like. Like, as soon as I fire, he gets hit. So I miss out on 300 damage there, which really sucks. And then I realized that I was loading heat, which I only have 2 more shells left, so that was a mistake as well. But I quickly switched to APCR. And right here, what my plan is to go hull down on this bat chat. And I don't think I'm gonna die to the arties. It's only the Foch that I have to worry about, so if the arties hit me, I don't really care. I'm just hoping to get as much damage as I can on this Foch. And here I ignore him because he had no HP. And right now I'm just looking for the arty. Thankfully he kills my teammate, which is kind of interesting. It's kind of nice for me, I get a little bit more damage. And I get to ram him, and RE4 is too slow to shoot him, so I get the kill. 7 kills, 10,600 scene damage, and 900 spotting. Pretty good game. Like I said, Malinovka on the hill, from either side, but especially from this side, even on encounter as well, it's an extremely good opportunity for damage for hull down heavies. Yeah, I think that's pretty much it, so I'll quickly switch over to the post-game stats. Here we are, 11k damage, 7 kills, 900 spotting, exactly 11,028 damage, 1500 base XP. And if you add up all the damage that my team did, they did slightly more damage than I did, which is kind of funny. They did like 12,000 damage. And I went 27 for 41 with 6 bounces, and like 2 of those bounces I think were blind shots, which kind of sucks. But it is what it is, and I lost 74,000 because I fired basically all heat. So yeah, that's all basically. Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.